today's video we're going to discuss about fenugreek, growing from seeds to harvesting. Fenugreek is a Mediterranean herb that is used for cooking, spice, cosmetics, soaps, and even healing inflammations and reducing digestive problems and also lowering cholesterol. Phew, so many things in one thing, isn't it? Fenugreek is also called as Methi or Menthiaku. Fenugreek is used in a lot of Indian cooking, from seeds to dried leaves. So this is very important herb and very versatile and easy to grow. So when you sow the seeds, the harvest is very fast. Like within 3 days, you see the seedlings, and within 10 to 15 days, they'll start to grow. And in 30 to 35 days, you can harvest them and regrow them again. So basically it's that simple, and let's get started. I got these fenugreek seeds from Amazon, and these are organic fenugreek seeds. You can also get them in any Indian stores. There are two ways to sow them. You can either soak them overnight and sow them the next morning. That way the germination rate is faster because they're already soaked in water. Or you can direct seed them in the soil like I'm doing today. The soil mix I am taking is well draining soil mix, and also make sure your pot has drainage holes in it if you're planning to sow them in the container or planter. That way, even though it is overwatered, the water comes out of the drainage and the roots won't rot. The soil I am using is this garden soil. It has got all the nutrients in it, and I'm taking these seeds for today. So either you can just place them randomly, or you can place them 1 inch apart, just to allow proper growth and airflow. I'm just leaving them randomly like that. And now just cover the seeds with dirt. Just water it so that the soil is slightly wet. Keep the growing medium moist. I spray whenever I see the soil is dry. So probably in the morning and in the afternoon, depending upon the weather, how hot it is. The soil should be warm soil. So the ideal time to sow them is in the spring, when the temperatures are getting a little bit warmer. Then they thrive in that weather. But if the temperatures are colder, then definitely try to sow them indoors and placing them by the windowsill where you get maximum sun exposure, and then they should do good. After the weathers get better, then you can bring them outdoors. But transplanting is not ideal for these plants. They do not do well when transplanted. So either you plan to plant them in the area where they start to mature from the beginning, or you can use biodegradable pots, and that can be, once they reach to a certain stage, then they can be transplanted with the biodegradable pots. That way the root system is not disturbed, and they should do good. This one right here, it's been 30 to 35 days now, and actually it's more than that. I just wanted to leave them like that. They're all tender, so it's good time to harvest now. I'm going to harvest this half, and then I'll show you how I do the rest. I'm cutting the leaves at the base, leaving 2 to 3 sets of leaves. So leaving the leaves on the stem is very important. Plant needs leaves for photosynthesis, and leaves will regrow in about 15 days. So this I mean, from the stem 2 inches, or 1 set to 2 sets of leaves. You just make sure they are there, and I'm doing the same here. So it's okay if some of them cut off, that's fine, but most of them make sure there are some sets of leaves. If you take all the leaves off, the plant will not have enough energy to grow, and these leaves help in making photosynthesis. So it's really important to leave leaves on the stems, and roots doesn't have that enough energy to establish the plant. They are so fresh and very tender. The stems can be used as well if they are very tender like this. I'm just holding them like a bunch. You can continue to harvest the leaves multiple times until the plant begins to flower. When the plant bolts and begins seed production, leaves will become tough and bitter. So that's when you choose to remove the plant. But as long as they continue to grow and the leaves are tender and the stem is tender, it's good to harvest. As you can see, this is 5 days after sowing the seeds in this bed, and they've already started to come up nicely. But there are some gaps here and there because I just sown them randomly. That's why they are piled up in one place. But that's okay for me. And this is also 5 days after harvesting this end of the Methi, and as you can see, there are tiny sets of leaves coming up nicely. So after 10 days you will have this will be ready to harvest. Now I'm going to harvest this one. Plant to sow seeds 2 weeks after first batch of harvest, so you have constant supply of Methi. Now I'm going to harvest the other rest of the leaves that I have left last time. I'm going to hold them at the top and then cut the leaves at the base, leaving a few sets of leaves for photosynthesis. And then after 10 to 15 days I'll have new growth from it. So this is week after harvesting this bit, and for the next couple of weeks this batch will be ready. Now that I have harvested this one, I'm going to just top the soil with the manure, because we are growing these for leaves. So leafy greens, they need nitrogen. So they are not heavy feeders though, but after every harvest, if you just supply them with some cow manure, because cow manure has a lot of nitrogen in it, so that way they should do good and you don't have to worry about them, and this will settle down once you keep on watering every day. Usually they do not suffer from pests and diseases, but sometimes because of overhead watering and more moisture in it, there is a possibility of aphids and powdery mildew. But if you see those ones, then organic pesticides are recommended. I generally use neem oil sprays, and in order to avoid pests and control the pests, avoid overhead watering. Hope you enjoy watching this video, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.